Hello Darts Nutz and welcome to Darts Review channel. In this video I'm going to be looking at the Target 8 flight system, and this is another new moulded flight system from Japan. I don't know whether 8 flight is a Target owned company, but Target have got the distribution rights to the 8 flight system and they'll be selling them in the UK. And what the difference is with this system is the flights actually screw onto the stems. You can get the stems in two types, a fixed or a spinning stem. I'll show you in a close-up in a minute. There's three lengths available in the stems at present. You've got 19mm, 26mm and 33mm, and there's three colours available: white, black and clear. And for the flights there's four colours. There's black, white, clear and blue. And there's two shapes. There's the number 2 standard and the number 6 shape or small standard. But obviously as time comes on there'll be more colours and more shapes available. And at present the stems are called regular, so I should imagine there's going to be more stems coming out which will probably be slim and hybrid like on other systems. I don't know what the prices are at present because I'm doing this video before they're released in the UK. When I find out the price I'll probably put it up on the screen. So let's check them out. So I've got some of the flights and stems here. I've got the spin in 33mm. I've got a fixed clear 19mm, a fixed white 26mm, a fixed black 33mm, and I've got a white and a black standard flight and a white shape flight. That box was already open like that when I took it out of the package, so blame the postie for that. So what I'll do is I'll show you this quick look at the stems and the flights, and then I'll show you a close-up, but I'm probably going to go with the fixed 33mm and the standard shape. And on the back it just has a little graphic of the stems and the flights. It says made in Japan, threaded flight and shaft system. You can only use the flight 8s with flight stems and vice versa. You can't use them with any other stems or flights because obviously it's got a threaded top and the flights are threaded inside. Inside the box it's in a little plastic holder, and as usual with the moulded flights it's got a 90-degree angle, perfect 90 degrees. And first impression, the feel of the flight kind of feels a little bit like the Harrow's Click, kind of like a rubbery plastic but maybe slightly thicker. And there's definitely a reinforced edge, so you got the leading edges of the wings which are slightly thicker and it feels kind of raised, and also the top edge of the wings. And inside you won't be able to see, there's threads in there. Now the difference between the fixed and the spinning stems is the fixed, the thread goes right to the bottom, and the spin there's a gap above and below the thread. So I'll just open this box up and I'll stick the flight on. But like I always say, a lot of these systems, there's many of them out now and they're always worth a try at least once, because you never know whether they're going to suit you or not. So this is the first time I've done it. It just screws in like that. It's probably easier to screw the stem than the flight, and that's it. So it just looks like an all-in-one flight now. But the stems, they're very like hard and robust. There's not much flex in them, but the flights have got a kind of a soft, flexy nature to them. So all that remains to be seen is how well they last. They do feel pretty strong like, but I'm going to have to play with them to find how well they last. But I can't see the flights and the stems guaranteeing that they're going to improve your game, but like with a lot of these things, like I say, you've got to try them and if they suit you, then that's great. So I'll just have a quick look at the spinning stem. I know a lot of people who play soft tip probably prefer a spinning stem, but they're not very popular with steel tippers. And there you can see it's got a big gap there, but I'll show you a close up in a second. So just screw that in. You definitely, what happens when you screw it in, it's kind of goes tight and then it goes loose. So the only thing I can think it's happening is the thread is going beyond the point where there's friction, so that's why it spins. So there you go. So I'll show you a close-up of them now. Right, so first of all, that's the 33mm fixed, and as you can see, the thread goes right to the bottom, and this is the 33mm spin, and there's the difference. And also the top on the spin is kind of flatter and squarer. So there's the flight, and now if you look at the flight, it's got a reinforced wing, and also the leading edge, it's got a reinforced section, but it's your 90-degree angle as with most moulded flights, and it's a kind of a soft, flexible kind of plastic. Fold it over there. And then just push it back into shapes. I mean, obviously you're not going to do that with your own flights, but it's seems pretty robust, but I have to see how it holds up to darts being thrown at it. And the 33mm stem is the same as a medium stem, and the 26mm is the same as a in between, and the 19mm is the same as a short stem, but I'm sure they'll come out with different sizes and different shapes. But to get them off the spinning ones, I think you've got to pull it a little bit so it engages into the threads, and then once it's done that, it'll come off. So I'll put a detailed picture up of the weights and the measurements of each stem Right, so I've been using these probably, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 or maybe 10 hours this past week or so, and that's the one that I twisted, and it regained its shape quite well, and overall they seem to be holding up fairly well. There's just a little bit of ragginess on the fins, but nothing major. I've noticed any cuts, but there is a couple of nicks here and there. One thing I have noticed is the spinning stems seem to be flying a little bit better for me, but they're quite rattly, the spinners, so that was a little bit annoying. But on the whole, the actual stems and flights, I don't think they're going to make it play any better. From what I've experienced, it's pretty much the same setup as my normal medium and standard flights, but obviously there's so many moulded flight systems out now, they all have their own unique quirks, and this one, it does exactly as it says. The flights stay on. They didn't even come loose all the time I've been playing them, so only the spinning ones that are loose obviously, but the actual fixed ones seem to be staying on nice and tight, and there's just a little bit of flex in the stems, but it's not a massive amount. But I haven't really tried to break them properly, so I'm going to drop them on the floor now and just see what happens. All the time I've been playing with them though, I haven't had any bounce out, so that's unusual. I can't get it to land on the flight first. But, so I'm pretty sure it's going to break if I do this, but it is pretty good. Yep, so I finally broke it, but held up quite well there. Can break the top of the stems as well, but you're not going to go to that extreme. So let's see if I can break the flight. Nope, I can't. So pretty robust, but obviously I'm going to have to keep playing with them to see. But like I said, I don't know what the price is going to be of them, so yeah, I can break it now and use my teeth. But depending on what they cost, it will depend on whether or not they're worth a try. But if you're curious about them, then give them a go. Like everything, you've got to try it at least once. But in terms of making you play any better, don't expect any miracles, because it's not going to do that. But there you go, the Target 8 flight. That's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.